Bless ye who enter here. May God have mercy on your souls. Hello, Miss Cats. My name is Katja, and welcome back to Miss Cat Squad. Today, we're going to be talking about how to survive a place that I like to call a living hell, and that is the suburbs. If you guys love the suburbs, I hope I don't offend anybody. But again, this is going to be from my own opinions and my own situations that I've been in. Now, there's no place like home, right, Miss Cats? There's no place like home. People think all the weird and wonderful and wacky things happen in the city. Well, I spare you not and scare you not, Miss Cats. There's a lot of things that happen in the suburbs that can only happen in the suburbs. What happens in the suburbs stays in the suburbs. I've lived in the suburbs all my life. I lived in the same town all my life. And it's about time I'm gonna be moving. As you guys know, I am moving, and I'm gonna be packing up soon and going to the West Coast, because again, I can't stand the East Coast. It's freezing, and me and my family we're done, okay? So that's another story for another day. But how to survive the suburbs. Now, if you're literally in the suburbs, alright, there's a lot of few things that happen, such as nosy neighbors, oh god, such as people doing strange things that you never thought they would do. There's a lot of things. And another thing is being invited to one of those things called house parties, when you know that they don't like you, or you know that there's a lot of angst between you and them. So, I'm gonna start off with a story about one of my neighbors. Please, God, please don't let them watch this. Please let them know nothing about this experience, because this is how to survive the suburbs. And if you guys want this to be a series, let me know down below. If this made you laugh, leave a like. So, let's start off with one of my neighbors. And if you want me to go neighbor by neighbor each episode, let me know. So my one neighbor, okay? We thought she was pretty cool all these years, you know? She's cool, you know? She had dogs. 2 girls, a lot older than me. My mom is that type of person who does everything for everybody. And for years, she was taken advantage of. Like, fully taken advantage of. Where people would just, like, use her and abuse her, and she didn't even realize it. My one neighbor, okay? My mom watches her dogs. She watches the dogs all the time. And my mom is a dog sitter, and she's been a pet sitter for, like, years now. And she's in charge of basically watching everybody's animals on my block, which is cool, because when I was growing up, I basically kind of lived in what people would call the zoo, because we had so many different animals growing up with us, it wasn't even funny. But back on point here. So I'm like literally looking out to make sure that no one's looking, because my window is right there. So my one neighbor, okay, she was a nice woman, but then decides, okay guys, she decides to not pay my mom at all. And you know, when you run a service, you expect to get some money in return, which your hard work, your dedication, great. These dogs are crazy. You know, my mom is great with animals. She's great. Like, I don't know how she does it. I really don't know how she does it. And all these dogs, they love her. They all come to her. They're all like, oh, I love you so much. What's that? But these dogs, they're like not fully trained. You know when people get dogs just to get dogs, just to make them for show? Now, I for one, who does that? Who in the right mind think that's okay to just get an animal and just say, you know, now I'm just gonna like just use it for show and not treat it and not love it? Well, this is basically what happened with these dogs. So anyway, the woman decides not to pay my mom, okay? Decides not to pay her. And for about 3 or 4 times it's happened already. Doesn't pay her. And then, you know, when people are buddy-buddy with you when they want something, that's exactly what that woman did. For months. Still, she hasn't paid her. And this is what I'm talking about now. And I'll give you guys updates if the woman actually does pay her. For months, she hasn't paid her. And the only time she does call her is when she needs her dogs walked or watched. And she never ever even acknowledges my mom now. When my mom's in the car, okay, and she sees her, the woman doesn't even move. The woman either sprints in the house or doesn't even move from her car. We're like, we know what you're doing, lady. We know what you're doing. And it's like, they agreed above hand, okay? First and foremost, they agreed to get, she agrees to get paid. And this has happened so many times, all right? And the woman avoids my mom all the time. It's crazy. Another time, okay? And I'll keep you guys posted on that. Another time, this is a really funny story. So, not using names here, not using anything here. So again, my mom's a dog sitter. So everyone in our town knows about her. They call her up, they're like, yo, Pat, you're the dog sitter here. This one lady, okay? Nobody in our town likes this lady. You guys are about to find out why. So, my mom's that type of person where she's nice to everybody. She's not gonna tell them how she actually thinks. This one lady, nobody likes in our town at all. Because she's one of the types of ladies where she's a gossiper, alright? And she hears one thing, everybody else knows. And she also makes up rumors and makes up stories. So one time, my mom also lost her dog. This happened recently too. It happened before winter, so it was fall though. The woman literally always comes to our house, okay? Always comes to our house because she has no friends and my mom is too nice of a person to be all like, hey, I don't want to see you anymore. I don't want to talk to you. She has no friends in this town. So she always talks to my mom on the phone, emails my mom, sometimes shows up at our doorstep, all right? This one time, my mom and I just came home from shopping. Sometimes we end up talking in the car, like, what's going on? How's YouTube going, Kat? Oh, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? Yip-de-yip-de-doo. This one time, we're literally just talking, and I'm like, Mom! And she's like, what? Get down! Next thing you know, I am literally on the floor of my mom's van. She got this big-ass van. I'm on the floor of the van, curled up in a little ball, hiding, alright? My mom is laying back. The chair is back. She's leaning back like this, and she's like, Kat, don't move. And I'm like, oh my god, she's coming. She's coming. You guys see how I play games? You know when I stealth it? Well, this is why I'm good at stealth. Because this is what I do in real life. This woman, okay? Big woman. This woman, she got big bushy hair, okay? And you can see her from miles away. She starts coming, Donna. She comes creeping up, starts creeping towards us. Next thing we know, she's up at our doorstep, knocking. And we're like, oh my god. And she's like, Patty, hon, where are you? And we're like, oh my god. Like, my mom's like backing up, like, curled up in a little ball. Like, Mom, she won't leave. So she goes across the street, okay? Rings another neighbor's doorbell and says, do you know if she's home? And we're like, oh my god, why won't she leave? Why is this woman not leaving? And the people are like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Ringing our doorbell, knocking on our door, knocking, stays for about 5 minutes, okay? And then she comes up to the freaking car! She comes up to the car, peeks her little bunny nose in, and she says, Patty? And my mom, you know, if you see a woman literally laid back like this on her chair, and then you see her daughter, me, curled up on the floor like this, what is your freaking first reaction? What's your reaction gonna be? Well, maybe take a hint, lady. No, this lady can't take a hint at all. So she's like, oh, what are you girls doing? And my mom's all like, oh, you know, it's really cold in our house, so we figured we'd come and, you know, sit in the heat. And here, which our heat does shut off on and off once in a while, and we have to sit by heaters. If you're ever on Patreon and make updates on that, saying like, oh, I'm sitting by a heater right now. But like, this woman, okay, she literally is staying there. Well, I'm still on the floor, curled up in a ball, but you're like, what do I do? How do I explain? Why am I curled up in a ball? And she's like, oh, okay. And she starts talking about her animals with my mom. And we're like, okay, all right, yeah, okay. Doesn't leave for about 10 minutes. And she's like, oh, sorry for bothering you. Now, first and foremost, guys, well, if you were her, like, I feel bad for her. What would your first reaction be if you saw me curled up on the ball and my mom like this? Wouldn't it be, oh god, these people are actually hiding from me? But the woman didn't get it and she wouldn't leave. And it's crazy what my mom has to go through with these people. And she has so many stories to tell because I've been to like hundreds of houses over the years. Rich, poor, middle class. I've been through a lot of houses with my mom when she goes to this dog sitting service and cat sitting service and just pet sitting in general. And there's always different people. And it is true that you can learn about people based on their mail because we also have to take in the mail for them. And there's a lot of nutty people. But that was one of the most nuttiest experiences ever because literally the woman wouldn't leave. She knocked on people's doors. She knocked at our door and wouldn't leave. Don't you think? And then she sees my mom. Oh, I saw movement. I saw movement in the car. And then she doesn't stop talking. As I'm curled up in a little ball, like literally like this. And I'm small. I generally could fit anywhere. And the thing is, though, this is why the suburbs is crazy. Because, like, when you're in the city, you expect a lot of weird things to happen like that. But nothing like this, because it gets too homey. And these people think you're, like, best friends with them. And the next thing you know, it's like, hell no. No, siree. Heck no. Because literally, these types of people, the suburbs, bring in a lot of toxic people who think they know everything about you and think that you're their best friend. But no. So if you guys would like any more stories about how to survive the suburbs, and if you want this to become a series, let me know down below, because I have a hell of a ton to freaking talk about, and it's insane. The insane amount of insanity that goes on in my small town is crazy. It's insane. It will make you be like, what the freak? Why are you living there, cat? If you have any to share of your own, I would love to compare stories, because you know what? If you live in the suburbs, you get a gold star for surviving it. Because fist bump for you guys, because no, only a few people, a few select amount of people can deal and handle it. I, for one, can't anymore. Anyway, my sis, if this made you smile or laugh, be sure to leave a like down below. And yeah, there's a lot to talk about. So this could be a series in itself if you guys would like any more stories. If you're surviving it, God have mercy on you. And also, God bless you. God bless you for surviving the suburbs. But anyway, Miss Cats, I hope you have an amazing day. Stay safe out there. As always, Miss Cats, till the next video. Brace your fangirl and your fanboy every single day.